am a proud, blessed, and a concerned Indian. I am proud of my country because India has contributed so many things in the world, in the field of science, technology, in the field of health such as yoga. There have been many contributions by Indians. I am blessed as an Indian because I got good education, I got food, I got shelter, I got basic health care as an Indian, and I thank my country for that. And I am concerned as an Indian for my country. When I was growing up as a kid, I was very much inspired by the Indian freedom struggle, how we got our independence from the British. I used to read all these true stories of courage, of commitment, which many of the freedom fighters, they laid down their lives to free India from the British suppression and from the British rule. And I used to be really inspired by watching Bollywood movies who used to show how our freedom fighters had given their life, the kind of courage, the kind of passion they had to free India from the British rule. I was really inspired by reading the true stories of those freedom fighters who laid down their lives to give us independence. It has been almost more than 60 years since India achieved independence, and we have come a long way. We are a democratic country, we are a sovereign country, and we have developed the self-sufficient capability in a lot of areas, in science, in technology. But still, there is a large population in India which does not enjoy the basic benefits which many other Indians enjoy. And that leads us to say that there is a lot of inequity in our country. My data might be here and there, but recently I read, there was a report which says that almost 600 million people in India go outside to relieve themselves, to defecate. So just imagine 600 million people in our country going outside to relieve themselves, and yet there are the other population who enjoy the benefits of sanitation, who enjoy the benefits of power, who enjoy the benefits of food. But still there is a large amount of population which does not enjoy the basic benefits which characterize them as human beings living with dignity. If a human being, if an Indian is not living with sufficient food, shelter, no sanitation facilities, what will you call that person? That person is still an Indian. So we have come a long way after independence, but still we have to go a long way. Poverty is still a curse which is very much prevalent in our country. That is a fact. People in our country are so poor that they cannot even have 2 to 3 meals in a day fully. Now with a lot of economic development, these things have also grown a lot. Scams, corruption and inequity. That has risen as the economic growth and economic development of our country has arisen. So, when we talk about development, development has been happening in our country in so many areas, in so many fields. And if you see with the development in any field, equally the scams, the corruptions and which leads to inequity has arisen. There are some scams and some corruptions which are unnoticed, unreported. We all know what comes in the media, we all know what scam is caught. And there are some unnoticed scams and unnoticed corruptions. So you can just imagine what with economic development, scams, corruption, all have also arisen. Now, my dear Indian friend, I would like you to give a deep thought of what I am now going to present or trying to present in front of you. Now, India is a big country. India is a diverse country. It has got so many cultures, so many castes, so many communities. We are a secular country, having so many religions. And we have got so many departments. We have got public sector, we have got private sector, all are there, and on a day-to-day basis it is increasing. Now, whenever that is the common thing which happens, that any type of wrongdoing which occurs in the society, people look for cases are filed in the CBI. Now people talk about Lokpal, Lokayukt already exists. People want to go to court. People expect that courts will give justice to all the scams and all the corruption which is happening. So in India, we all look upon to agencies such as CBI, Supreme Court, High Court, then Lokpal, Lokayukt, who will come for the rescue of Indians and save them from all these scamsters, all these people who do corruption. And that is what people have in their mind. Anyone who is caught or anything which comes up in the media, oh, the route has to go to Supreme Court, higher court, or the case has to be filed in CBI. Fair enough. Now, listen to what I have to say. How many cases will you file in the CBI? How many cases will you file in the Supreme Court? How many cases you will file in the higher court? How many cases you will file in the Lokpal? There is already so lakhs and lakhs of cases of small corruption, of higher corruption, of small scams, of higher scams are already existing in the courts. Already CBI is overloaded. Supreme Court is overloaded. Higher courts are overloaded. I as an Indian, I might be wrong, or I might be talking something strange, but isn't the fact that there are lakhs and lakhs of cases pending in the court, and it takes so much of time, the trial takes so much of time to happen. So many scams have happened, so many corruptions have occurred. How many will we take them to these agencies? These agencies are already overloaded. And as we talk more about the economic development, as we talk more about the development of India, my friend, scams and corruption will increase. It will increase. So just imagine then where our Supreme Court, our higher courts, our CBI, they are overloaded, they are overbooked. What will happen? It is, just think about it. Just think about it. What is going to happen in a huge country like India when we talk about development? Development has to be there. Development must be there. But with development, if scams come up, equally if corruption comes up, it will lead to chaos and stress in the society and also in the country. Because you cannot, I am unable to understand how many cases can these organizations handle. How many cases? Already there are so many cases pending. And when we are talking about more development, what's going to happen? I am saying this because I just want the good for my country. My country, for whatever bad it has got, it has given me education, food, shelter, and the intellect to speak and the intellect to judge. So I just want good for my country. These organizations will do their work. When scams happen, corruptions happen, they will do their work. I just want to emphasize on my philosophy, because I just want the good of my country and the good of my fellow Indians. And here is my philosophy, or here is my answer. India wants development because India wants to become rich. Indians want to become rich, right? So we will have now more entrepreneurs coming up in our society who are going to create wealth and create asset. So the answer, everything should be done. Be rich, do development, but development has to be associated with God richness. God richness which is applicable to a person of any religion. Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, for all, God richness has to be there. God richness, the virtues of God richness are love, compassion, kindness, morality, responsibility, accountability, courage, unity. These are the attributes of God richness which I am afraid are missing from the society. They are there, but I see them very few. So God richness must be there in the society. Now, let's take an example of a person in power, a person in authority. Say we take an example of a cabinet minister. A cabinet minister has got a lot of power, a lot of authority in his or her hand. Now, if a cabinet minister, with the connivance of any big industrialist or any bureaucrat or anyone, does some scam or does some corruption or does some cheat, the development might happen, but again the scam and the corruption has happened and it will leave a mark on the society. So if that human being who is in power, who is in authority, truly, because he is in power, he can make decisions. With his decisions, good can be done to the society. If he acts with morality and with accountability, that development which is going to happen will be pure and true development. It will really benefit the society. On the other hand, if some cheat or fraud is done, development might happen, but it will definitely lead a negative mark on the society and as a result on the country. Now let's take another example of God richness, and I will take an example of religion. So religion is a very sensitive topic in our country. Our country is secular. And I speak to a lot of people, Hindus and Muslims, and I hear from them, it is a very sensitive topic. Truly, if you respect the other religion from your heart, if you give respect to the other religion from your heart, you act on it, you are attributing true God richness. God richness of love and respect. Religion is a very sensitive thing. You can just let a spark and it explodes. We have history behind that. If you believe, if you respect and give space to an Indian who preaches and practices the other religion, you truly are attributing God richness. The God richness, virtues of love, of compassion, of respect. And that is also required with development. We are human beings. We have a rationale. We have emotions. In the desire to be rich, we should not forget these essential virtues. Otherwise, the society would again have incidents of chaos and stress. I meet a lot of people on a daily basis, both at my profession and in my society. And I see that people they want to be rich, they want to have growth, and also I've seen that people have a deep belief in God. So if I as an Indian or as a human being, I truly believe in my God, I can be a Hindu, it can be a Hindu, a Muslim, Christian or Sikh, if we truly believe in God from our heart, we will exploit the riches which God has given us, and we will also try to educate our loved ones, because I feel that this is missing from our society to a certain extent. I am not saying it is completely missing, but it is missing. With the desire to be rich, with the desire to get more development, the desire to get God rich, the desire to be God rich, and to act with the God rich attributes is what we Indians require. And we should also spread this amongst our friends and amongst our loved ones, because ultimately it will be the society who will benefit. We are a part of society. If stress, chaos and fear happens in society, it hits us back. I just can't sit back and in my house, in my couch and say, oh, I am not bothered about what's happening outside my house. I am just bothered about myself, my wife, my father, my mother. No. If stress, chaos, insecurity, fear, crime happens in society, at any point it might reflect on me or on my loved ones. So we have to think about society, we have to think about our country, and exploiting the God rich attributes is what I feel. Imagine 20 years from now, India is going towards becoming a developed country. Imagine there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are going to come up. Imagine a lot of wealth is going to be generated. But you are seeing right now what all chaos our country is also facing with: stress, insecurity, rapes, corruption, scams, fear, crime. What's going to happen after 20 years? Do you think there will not be a steep incline? There will be a steep incline. So, with economic development, with our country becoming rich, God richness has to be there. My dear Indian friends, these were my views, and my intent was only to think good about society, to think good about my country. I am no Masiha. I just had my views and my ideas to present in front of you, and because I believe in, I want to be God rich, which should be shared, should be discussed amongst our Indian societies, so that as we lead towards development, as we move in the future, we face less crimes, we face less scams, we face less corruptions, we face less scandals, we face less rapes. Thank you.